It's like, oh, I live in an apartment downtown next to a pig rendering plant, and like 2 rooms. It was always like like nothing. They're never married. Occasionally they have kids, but they'd be single father, single mother, or just completely, alone.
Also makes you think maybe you're not very perceptive.
Well, I mean, I don't know if just for more sympathy, it's like, oh my, this poor guy.
Oh yeah.
My car is 10 years old, and I've had a hernia. I needed this one. So apparently, the chick had 3 kids and was a single mother and basically just poor.
Mm-hmm.
So she went to Japan to go to Harry Potter Land, I think she said, or something to that like
you
that.
You might have something like that there.
So she said, "You're watching my 3 kids." Now the guy had surgery. No, laparoscopy or whatever it's called, but he still had stitches and whatnot. I'm like,
I think I
was like, "Son, get back now, or they are living in the fucking woods."
Well, here was the Dadster.
Yes,
I had to capture it via audio because you were on a roll.
Oh, cool. No worries.
And we're talking. It's kind of different. It's going to be a mixture of philosophy and...
Yeah, I do. I want you to explain. The second one, the victimhood stuff, I completely obviously understand. The first one, I really don't. I understand exactly what you're saying.
I don't even remember what I texted. I know it's about heroism.
Oh, remember, that's the thing we're talking about today, the stuff you texted.
Heroism. So, okay. They're not so much like flip sides of the coin. It's that the villainous people actually, and I'm going to try to keep all my shit to more bite-sized so you can iron it out before, because if I try to get a lot out,
it'll go on for a very long time.
Sense. Yeah. And everyone will be like, I don't know what. that villainous people have more in common with society than heroes.
Virtuous people?
Or hero. However you want to, and I guess virtuous would be part of that. There's a guy, I've been watching a lot of his videos on Instagram. I think his name's Harry Smith, but I just want to get it correct just to make sure. Asshole. I'll find that while you get her. But he has some stuff that I've just been enjoying a lot. And like, this was part of what his post was. He was talking about heroism, more in morality, and how it can kind of invert on itself or be messy or hard to actually accurate. People utilize it against, they weaponize morality a lot of times.
What, the person who's supposed to be the moral person?
Yeah, so like the race to the finish line thing we'll talk about, where victimhood is something that people try to attain.
Yeah, it's status.
But and
it's a shield.
That is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But just to start it off, broad strokes, and I think this is something that probably people, I don't know, a lot of the stuff that he said just innately clicked with me, where I'm like, I wasn't disagreeing with anything.
Right.
But that heroes, part of your job is that society will hate you, and villains are, there's a saying that he brought up, which is that a society would sooner hang its heroes than the true bringers of evil. I butchered it a little bit, but...
No, I mean, I don't know about that.
I think there is truth to... the classic is not so much a story. I mean, depending on how religious you are.
Right.
It's Jesus. And that he makes society face its ills, whereas villains or evil people
tell you it's okay
to have
immoral or whatever,
those flaws. Yes,
to that degree, okay. Yeah, and I see. I mean, you're talking about the ultimate hero, complete sacrifice.
Right. Well, I mean, in terms of a hero, well, I mean, we're not.
By that definition, there are very few heroes.
Yeah. Well, very few people are born to be a hero. I guess anyone could achieve it, maybe.
So you're going to have to say some very uncomfortable, unpopular things if it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not saying we're all that virtuous, but we're not evil. We're not evil. People aren't evil because you can't be. Society can't exist with a primarily evil society. There has to be cooperation. There has to be, people like each other. We are social animals, We need cooperation to exist.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, that's essentially valued to a pretty high degree. Now, if we were innately, we are selfish, self-centered, but more in a sinister way or more so, things would break down.
Yeah, and that's another thing that the roadmap in my head is like a fucking abstract painting. So how we're gonna get to all these points, I'm not sure. But levels of morality is something worth discussing too, because there are two extremes. There's sadism, which is that you have to be sociopathic.
Yeah.
Because by nature, we are violent, take what we need to exist because there are finite resources.
Right.
You have to be able to basically...
Self-interest.
Yeah. You have to convince society that you are worthy of being kept alive. And the stresses of the finite of resources can make it easier on everyone or much more difficult.
Right.
But, I mean, we're, a meteor away from that becoming like a stark reality. Two, and I think this is something you'll find very interesting, there's a French dude, I don't remember his name.
Voltaire?
Could be it.
Older? Or
he was older, yeah. He was older.
Well, there was, probably was Voltaire, yeah.
That it's the morality has led to we must protect that nature is not innately violent. We should all be cooperative to the point actually of like bolstering the weak, to the point that it has led to this victim Olympics, for lack of a better term.
No, I like that. I mean, I think that's kind of true. It is that, because as we advance as a society and there's more resources available for people, okay, societies become more of a social safety net. So there's a lot of people, that don't work or, that just are never going to work.
Right.
Earn money. So a form of status is the fact that I am like this because of all of discrimination. Like, say I'm short.
Yeah.
I'm a minority. I'm a blah, blah, whatever. And that is a form of status. Whereas you don't get it from, like, income or a job or family or blah, blah, other things, possessions.
Mm-hmm.
You get it from that.
And I think it makes sense because you're either racing to the top or you're racing to the bottom. And it doesn't sound like that would be the case. You would think everyone should be chasing the bottom and trying to avoid or trying to chase the top.
Correct.
In terms of, like you said, status, income, utility,
right,
whatever other things. Maybe something societally good. You think that having kids is very good for society.
Right.
So whatever avenue you can compete in, you're trying to maximize that. Whereas it becomes, if you're not, we'll just generalize, and I bet it might even maybe 10%. It might actually be more, but you're chasing the top. Mm-hmm. No one wants to be in the middle. And there becomes like a seesaw point where it's like, okay, if you're not able to effectively chase the top, there's that other group that is like, okay, well then I will become the most oppressed. And he worded it as a race for degeneracy, I believe.
Okay. I don't know if that's the right term. I mean, that if you're a degenerate, it means you're a criminal, you do immoral things, and whereas with the victimhood thing,
the immoral things could, I don't know.
No, maybe that's completely right, and I don't know if I'd use that term. But the victimhood thing, like, look, everybody I've done it.
Yeah, we all do to an extent.
We all want sympathy at times when we are vulnerable.
Right.
Now, if we're always vulnerable, the more of a situation we want to be able to say that excuses are that we're not achieving.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a way, it's protection. It protects our psyche or our
ego.
Ego, yes, it is. It is.
And it can become something all-encompassing.
Well,
if you're such in a fragile state, like you said, that it has to become your identity.
Yeah.
So that you're always protected.
Yeah, because you're always on it. You know, you're never achieving.
Mm-hmm.
So you always have to be, and the more so, the better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the thing is, it's kind of true, because there are people who are very disadvantaged,
mm-hmm.
and it does hurt their progress. But accepting it is taking on another disadvantage.
Yes,
it's called the
level playing field.
No, it's the what do you call it when you think of one group's less than another?
Stereotype, racism, bigotry.
I'll call it. I think it's called the bigotry of low expectations. Okay.
Oh, I've heard that.
So
it's not bigotry, but something of low expectations.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I saw it in Revenge or Remember the Titans. Because they made that point. It was very short scene, but that's what it was. And the one coach wanted to put this guy in, and the kid said, Coach, what's his name? The head what's his name?
Denzel Washington.
Which he was a prick. I mean, he was bad. I mean, he was tough, very tough. And he's always giving me, a hard time, and he pushes me. And so the one coach goes to Denzel and says, hey, you always give him a hard time. And, why don't you ease up on him? He's there. If I do that, I'm going to cripple him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if I lower the standards, if I make it easy for him, I'm crippling him. And I don't know, people who've seen that movie may or may not remember that scene, but it was very powerful and it's very true. And it's nothing. Anytime you say, look, don't expect a lot from that person. If that happens to you a lot in your life, you will never succeed. That's why a lot of rich kids from very, very wealthy families just fail so miserably because mm-hmm. they can't take accountability.
Mm-hmm.
They can't, work and achieve because it's all provided for them. If they make a mistake, it's fixed.
Mm-hmm.
If they need an opportunity, it's given to them. Now, other people, that's a stepping stone and to take advantage of it, which that's what your parents did it for, right?
Right.
But you can overdo it to the point where you make that kid helpless.
Yes. I mean, and you see that very often. To your earlier, it's the soft bigotry of low expectations. It also goes by the Golem effect and is also called the tyranny of low expectations, which I think is maybe the best way to actually say it, though anyway it works. But like it's propagated a lot politically, where certain races will, they'll say about voter ID.
I was just thinking that, yeah. I mean,
you're presupposing. I mean, it's not an would it be an assumption or presumption that a group of people
are unable to
do basic things
to get voter ID,
and thus limiting their what they can actually.
So, like, listen, when they say that, like, to say, doing that will suppress voting, it will. Other things suppress voting too. If you wanted everybody to vote, you would just have an app, right? No, but is that how we want to run elections?
Exactly.
Is it going to be fair? Is it going to be honest and everything? So, are there barriers to voting? Yeah, you have to be fucking registered. So you could say that's suppressing a vote. Say, yeah, rightfully so. Okay, so suppressing the vote, they make it sound like it's a negative thing, and they're trying to be
racist,
prejudicial,
or
but it's not. It can be, granted. Like, you used to have poll taxes and poll tests and that kind of
thing. I mean, they would legit. I think it's because there used to be illegalities.
Yeah,
that's the word I'm looking for. Where if you were black and there would just be like KKK or just local people who were like, fuck no, you're not voting.
Right.
I know who you're voting for.
Right.
And just beat the shit out of them.
Not even that. I mean, not even just who they were voting for. They just didn't want them to vote. Period.
Yeah, exactly.
That
is actual suppression. Now I get by
severe suppression.
Yeah, by means of what the word, pure semantics.
Yeah.
Yes, it suppresses, but it shouldn't be something where it's like.
If you like the word effort. Control or regulate.
Right.
Okay. Some people like control or regulate. They're regulating voting. You have to. There is always going to be regulation on voting. Okay. You can't visit here and vote.
Right.
If you're from Sweden, right? Is this suppressing the vote? Yeah, sure. You didn't let that person vote. But the suppression terminology isn't. I mean, it's correct in some situations, but I don't think so.
There's a subtextual, implicit understand, or
that it's negative or
yeah.
force or authoritarianism.
Right. So we were talking about the tyranny of low expectations, self-imposed low expectations. I mean, and like you said, from a personal experience. Oh, no. This is where I wanted to go with it. That the righteous or moral thing to do leads to kind of like an analogy or a similar situation where sometimes it's the good friend or the family member who tells you the thing you really don't want to hear that you need to hear.
Yeah. And that's heroism.
Right.
Right. So I'm like barely a Catholic, but I'm a Catholic, all right? So if I really, really, if I wanted to talk to whomever who's like really, really Catholic and say, am I a good Catholic? Even though I say no. I mean, if you followed Catholicism, you would basically live like a leper, okay? True Catholicism, like turn the other cheek and, it really is. You're very humble. You give.
I want to get to that turn the other cheek thing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't amass wealth. You don't even want to. You're very selfless and everything. But so under those circumstances, very few people are good Christians or Catholics or Jews or really any of the true religions because they're very strict about. I don't know a lot about Islam or Buddhism or, so I can't say, their tenets, but I fairly well known about Catholics.
So, and I think this, and the verbiage is hard because it's like, I don't know if this guy was saying like to be moral, or is moralism in and of itself like an impossibility, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know what word to use. Like, what is
unachievable?
Actual more like, can morality? I'm not gonna reach the bottom of that. So the verbiage is tough, but actual good is the way I'll put it. I think actually links to this, and it's a misinterpretation of the text of the Bible. So it's to turn the other cheek and to go the extra mile. So what do those mean to you? Or how do you interpret them?
Well, to turn the other cheek essentially is to never... I mean, if somebody wrongs you, you immediately forgive them.
And then go the extra mile?
Well, that means to do more than is required to for other people, to help more than, it's not just dropping, like if you see a homeless person and give them a $10 bill, it's, give them, $1,000.
So,
and nobody lives, very, very few people actually live by these principles.
So I learned this, whether it's correct or not, whatever, but I think in the context of when they were written, it was the Roman Empire, which was very anti-Catholic before it was the Holy Roman Empire, right?
Yeah.
To turn the other cheek, a Roman soldier could slap you with the palm of his hand.
Yeah.
But he could not slap you with the back of his hand, or he would get in trouble.
Okay.
So he slaps you with the palm of his hand, turn the other cheek so that he must slap you with the back of his hand, it means to call out injustice when faced with it. And to go the extra mile is, I think Roman soldiers could force you to carry their supplies for exactly 1 mile.
Okay.
But if you went further, like an additional mile,
right,
they would then be penalized or whatever.
Wow. I mean, I tell you what, I would think very few people know that.
I was shocked when I heard it too, but I think there is to both.
I mean, it's completely, opposite. What you always, everyone thinks that those both are supposed to mean,
But
especially the first one.
So just linking everything back to heroism, that is heroism, in my opinion.
What? Turning the other cheek?
To call out injustice directly.
Oh, okay.
So if someone, I don't know what scenario you want to go with, but if they are going to persecute you, in which in our everyday lives we probably face it, not like every day, but occasionally, is to face it head on, as opposed to, and I can only think of like the pussification, where it's like, take the trauma and just add it to your fucking arsenal of, and this happened to me. It's to you have to stand up for yourself. That's part of masculinity.
Speak truth to power. Basically.
Exactly. That's sticking up, because in the scenario that he laid out, the mob or society as a whole in villainy are oftentimes at the bottom together. And the hero must rise above.
True. Yeah.
And call out injustice as he sees it, despite the fact that it'll make him unpopular,
ostracized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And towards that, it leads to solitude for the hero. He must be a recluse.
Yeah.
He must be the leper. Because it's not about making society comfortable. It's about doing what is right, just, and good, despite the fact that doesn't
comport with normal behavior.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's part of the core of what I was trying to communicate, and I think luckily you helped get there.
Well, no, I mean, the one turn the other cheek thing is very eye-opening. Completely eye-opening. The second one, I mean, not so much. I mean, I didn't know what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like completely different than, well, I don't know. Okay, so that came from the Bible. Another thing, this is off topic, I just wanted to mention. Like St. John of Patmos, who wrote Revelations. And I think this is true. I should probably do more research. I thought I looked it up just to kind of verify. But like when he spoke about the visions and so forth, he was talking about Rome as
the Holy Land?
No, the unholy.
Oh.
As like satanic force. Which he was. I mean, he lived in a cave, or he was.
I mean, it didn't seem like a good place at all.
Well, no, it didn't. But I mean, remember, his thing was about it ending. Now, Rome didn't end the world. You know, I mean, it was a long, long time ago. So all those things they talk about, like when they talk about end times and all these, it was about something that happened a long time ago, and I don't think it will happen if you completely believed in those prophecies, that they're not going to happen again. He thought they were happening or going to happen soon. And he thought that the evil force in the world was Rome.
Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with the Bible to know what he.
Well, I'm not either, so I just brought that up.
What he said would happen.
Well, I mean, 10 horns on, the Whore of Babylon.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, all that shit.
That a literal.
And that would be when the Antichrist came.
Yes.
I mean, I think he thought it would be like maybe within his lifetime or soon. And I don't know. It might be completely wrong, but I swear to God, I read that.
Well,
let's move on, because that
one more thing I'll say is was not the crucifixion like the epitome of like the same tenet of like turning the other cheek? It's like, all right, you will have to put me on public trial. You will have to release a murderer in Barbarous for me to take his place and be crucified.
I mean, to a degree. I mean, it was more than that. It was about rebirth and because I think he was always destined to be sacrificed.
Right, but okay. So was that?
I mean, he spoke truth to power of Judaism. Oh, probably, and Rome.
Right.
Because they were both.
No, I know. But is that? It's like so you should. Your text says there will be a Messiah who is heaven on earth, is the way I'll put it. God in human form. And I'm going to call out the corruption within to the point that you would kill God's only son.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it destroyed the temple, right? That was part of, right after the crucifixion, the earth split.
Yeah.
And the holy temple in Jerusalem
fell into disrepair.
And that, it had become, and this is similar to Catholicism as Martin Luther would call out.
Yes.
That it had become about the power structure within Judaism that led them to feel as though what some consider to be words from a Messiah to be a power struggle against their internal hierarchy. Because he said, I am the King of Kings, and
yes,
that led to them saying, okay, well, this is what we can do. Almost to force them to show their, malevolence. And this isn't like a me trying to be like anti-Semitic or anything. But that was
that's just a coincidence. Just a clinky dink.
Then it was to force them to like how far are you willing to take this type of deal? Like are you going to you'll have to kill me for it?
Yeah.
Where it wasn't so much I must be killed so that I can be resurrected, but it's like I need to show the world the flaws of this religion to see that my way is the light.
Right. No,
that's only, I mean, look, if you don't believe in Catholicism, like I don't dislike you. This is just what I believe.
Based on what, those Bible events and so forth.
Because it's the biggest disagreement about, between Catholics and Judaism.
Yeah.
Is Christ.
Yeah.
And there's, Catholics would be like, well, they killed him. They saw him in the flesh and killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And people who were Jews saw him in the flesh and were either converted or not. Right. They were either his biggest followers or his biggest critics.
Right.
And that is,
part of it. I mean, he challenged the power structure of Judaism at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he basically he said my way is the way, or this is the way,
mm-hmm.
and it was not the same as their way. Because they, and as happened to the Catholic Church, it became like bureaucratized. You know what I mean? It had hierarchy, and it went beyond beliefs, and it became part of the culture, and things you couldn't do and could do, and
yeah, it has really cool ties to the Bible. One of the big ones that he pointed out, though, is the Dark Knight. Is that he was not persecuted, but was chased out of Gotham by movie's end because he.
Who said this?
He's on Instagram. I don't know. He has a very interesting.
So he related it back to Batman.
This hero's journey, yeah. That part of being a hero is
okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it was somewhat inspirational because he is that kind of hero, where he's despised and he knows it and does it anyway.
Yeah, I think part of heroism is that you're not doing it for your ego.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe perhaps, there are some like superheroes you could look at and their archetypes that, okay, so for example, I don't know how much you've seen of Marvel. I'm not like this is up to Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
But that Iron Man was only flirting with true heroism until he finally made his sacrifice. And that was the truest act of heroism.
Yeah. You could say Rorschach in Watchmen kind of did too. I don't know if you remember.
No,
At the end, he turned in some document or manuscript or something.
He threatened to.
No, he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He put it through a door or like some kind of mail slot to a reporter. Because I can't remember the plot, but...
I thought at the end they thought it really was a nuke. Instead of it being Mr. Manhattan, the huge explosion.
Well, they may have, but then he had the information to contradict that.
I don't know why I don't remember that.
I do remember it because and it fit his character because he may have been a true hero because he didn't care. He only cared about justice. He did not care about himself at all.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, you got that impression from him. I look that up, but I swear to God that...
Well, because I remember he was on the steps, he had talked to Ozymandias, I think, and he was going to leave, and Mr. Manhattan's like, if you keep walking, I'm gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And Rorschach even knew it. You know, he knew he was not bluffing, but he had to keep moving, you know, just on the off chance that he was bluffed. Like, you know, he just walked to his certain death. And I thought it was, because it was a very interesting scene, because you're like, well, why did you do that? Despite, it was a hopeless situation. He would have had to go thousands of miles or whatever, you know, because they were like in Antarctica or some shit.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
But, you know, it was interesting because they had this very intense dialogue, and you can see the tears in his eyes because like he had accepted it and just made.
I can't remember. This says that he killed, but I don't think it's what happened in the movie. He killed Dr. Oh, he forces Dr. Manhattan to kill him to keep the truth about Ozymandias' plan secret. Okay, so maybe you're right. I swear to God, I saw the end of it, and he did. Maybe I imagined it or something. I don't know. That he had information that he gave to like a reporter.
Well, so to my knowledge, he learned about it then and there. He didn't know that beforehand, and they were isolated. So that, you know what I mean, he would have had to leave.
Yeah. Okay. It was a long time ago, so I'm not quite sure.
It's a great movie.
I just remember the one superhero woman was so good looking. The one that Al had sex with.
Yeah, and she's also Mr. Manhattan's main squeeze.
Yeah.
And she's the one guy's daughter. She's just...
The comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool, man. They had some really cool visuals, like the Vietnam scenes.
Yeah.
It's a cool character. You couldn't really do that with Superman. They did something like that.
Right.
Not in a movie, but, you know, in like one of the animated movies.
Yeah.
But it's just cool to visualize a godlike force on a battlefield.
Just rises up.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we'll worship you.
I mean, it does feel like, in a way, Mr. Manhattan does... He is just a fill-in for the actual power of the United States. If you were to personify it. It's because just like our technological...
Advantage.
Yeah, that exponential leap that we took forward, you know, over everyone.
Yeah.
In that time period. Because Vietnam, we crushed. Because we had shit. Although... I think I said this on one of the podcasts, but more people died from like medical complications from the shit we were dropping in Vietnam than actually died in combat. Yeah.
Well, they're dropping some nasty shit. They're trying to put a lot with that Agent Orange. He's talking about mostly that.
Yeah, just to kill the vegetation.
Right, so they couldn't see.
And not. Apparently not good for you to have that anywhere really near nasty. You.
It's really
you know.
Awful shit.
But shout out to the boys in uniform.
Yeah.
Thanks for protecting our country.
Well, I've said this before, and I do still believe it, that we technically considered that a loss, but in a way, the fact that we fought that and showed that we would be willing to fight communism over there may have slowed.
Done that.
Huh?
We'd already done that.
With Korea?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we needed to do... I mean, it did something. I really, really think it did something. Because, like, the other superpower was the Soviet Union, and so they're thinking... Yeah, these guys are serious. You know, they're gonna fight this. They may fight it everywhere we go. Or, you know, and it's like, I don't think we could, you know, we wouldn't want to have even a limited war with them because they do have more resources than us. Now, really, Korea was more China than Soviet Union. It wasn't Soviet Union. It was China. They've always been their sponsor.
Fuck them. Fuck them both.
Well, agreed, but, I mean, people, I don't think most people, vast majority still understand the bullet we dodged in stopping global communism. Because even if it had gotten, like, maybe even just a little more influence than it did, and even if it all came crashing down, it would have left such anarchy in its wake. What are you looking up?
Bolshevik Revolution.
That's 1917. What are you talking about?
It's just worth mentioning. 7 to over 12 million, which is a Holocaust level extermination.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Well, why did you...
The Civil War, total casualties, military and civilian.
600.
Then Red Terror, an estimated 200,000 people were executed. And then famine and disease, the Russian famine of 1921-1922, caused by war and Bolshevik food requisitioning, killed millions. Something to consider.
I don't understand the relevance.
Oh, by some historians, to be over 20 million, with extreme estimates reaching 50 to 60 million.
We were talking about Vietnam.
No, I just think people should look at the Bolshevik Revolution more. What was that? What happened there?
That's when they overthrew the Tsar. That was the start of communism in Russia, which became the Soviet Union.
Okay. A lot of Christians died.
Oh, a lot of Christians in Russia.
Yeah.
Or the Orthodox Christians. So in communism, there's no religion.
Right.
Nothing could be nearly as important
as communism.
As the revolution.
Well, okay, so just one last thing, and then we'll go to actor word association. But we were talking about Marquis de Sade, sadism, nature is violence. The flip side, nature is ambivalent. We should be cooperative. There's the middle ground, which is probably where people should lie. But it's Marxism leads closer towards, by creating everyone as equal and conformity, it is just as nasty, and it can be contorted, distorted, and mutilated into something that, like we were talking about, the victimhood Olympics, and create something equally as ugly as survival of the fittest.
Oh, yeah, but we're capitalist free enterprise. We're regulated capitalist free enterprise, heavily regulated.
Mm-hmm.
We're not a complete total open market. All right, you don't have people who can just buy land and put in whatever they want anywhere. You can't go to downtown city and put in like a manufacturing plant, So there's tons and tons of regulations, but I don't even know what my point was. But I don't think Marxism. I just think it's an evil. It's like meet the new boss, same as the old boss. It's just it's like we just want power. We don't want power based on the fact that we can produce or we can create. We just want power because we're in charge.
Yeah, you want rules to constrict people, and then people can use those rules to to constrict people to the point of death or losing livelihood or what have you.
Right.
Which that actually ties into like social justice thing. It's to take societal norms or niceties and weaponize them.
Right.
And take the goodwill that people give towards people who are advantaged, and weaponize them
Right.
to take advantage of them so that you can then gain the upper hand.
Right. They're
feign,
gaining status.
Yes, to feign injury or feign anything.
Right.
You know.
Or being disadvantaged or being prejudiced. I can't think of a word I'm trying to say. I don't know. But you're right. I know what you mean. All right. We're moving on
to word association. It's time for the Drafster.
Yeah, he's going to
fuck
excited.
Up. It's going to be awesome. I have not prepared for this.
Well, how would you prepare? You don't know them.
Look at a thesaurus.
Okay.
Dictionary.
Peter O'Toole.
Ooh, Enigma.
Harvey Keitel.
Hard.
That's good. Pesci.
Nasally.
That's terrible. Pacino.
Master.
Brando.
Pretentious. Great, but pretentious still.
Patrick Stewart.
Not. I want to. Unimpressive sounds. Not impressive
Dismissive.
Sounds more. Less.
Discriminate is the word I was thinking. Discriminated against. Like because you were discriminated against, or feel that you were, or maybe you were, but you used that and weaponized the fact that you were previously discriminated against for more status and power.
And
everything's a fight for power. Everything.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. Completely.
So, okay, Patrick, did you say Patrick Stewart?
I said unimpressive.
Ooh. John Cusack.
Ugly.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Cheeseball.
Okay. Meryl Streep.
I've begun to see more of her work. She is brilliant.
Tim Oliphant.
Steely.
Oh, not bad. Timothy Chalamet.
Okay, I would have, if you would have asked me 3-4 years ago, it would not have been nice.
Okay.
He's the prince.
Ah, I like that. That's good. Renee Zellweger.
Doofus.
John Travolta.
Oh, God. I mean, he's allegedly gay.
Okay, that says a lot about his acting. Nicolas Cage.
Ooh, chakra.
Robert De Niro.
Tired.
Sam Rockwell.
Cunning.
These are pretty good. Christopher Lee.
I want to just say horror because I've begun to.
Yeah, he did tons of horror movies. Charlie Chaplin.
Silent era king.
Clooney.
Okay, I can't say the first word that came to mind.
I already let the big C word out at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. This one, I don't think we could say, though. I mean, what's a creative word? I think he's full of himself.
Pretentious or...
I think he believes himself to be something he's not. I think... I don't know.
Presumptuous.
Maybe.
Matt Damon.
Squinty. His face is starting to take a permanent turn towards just always squinting.
You're right. I'm going to stop here. Something about one of the best acting I've ever seen, and I'm not a Matt Damon fan, but remember the movie he was in where everybody was dying of the flu?
Oh, Contagion.
There's a scene in there. He takes his wife to the hospital, and she dies. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he's waiting. What's going on with her and stuff. And the doctor comes out and says, "Yeah, it was just there's not a lot we could do. It's just he's there. Well, I mean, like when can I take her home?" He's there. No, you don't understand. Where she passed. And he just the acting and that was acting where you would see. I think that's a reaction you would have. He couldn't comprehend it. Mm-hmm. And the way he acted, and I know that's such a silly, like, non-impactful scene, but that was how.
Well, it is impactful.
Well, yeah, it is impactful, but it's just he couldn't fathom that she died. Mm-hmm. And so it's like no, she passed away, and he still doesn't get it. You know what I mean?
I bet if they would have told him the news that she cheated
before,
caught the weird virus, and it mutated within her,
yeah,
and he would have been like,
yeah, okay,
I understand what you're
I'm just
saying.
Gonna go. I don't owe you anything for this because it was her insurance covering it. Ben Affleck.
I think he's deteriorating. I do think the alcohol, and this is alleged also, I think he's starting to drink to the point where he's starting to get wet brain.
Maybe.
Wet brain is...
He was good in The Town, but that's
That was a long time ago. And yeah. Argo is 2012. That was a very long time ago.
He wasn't bad in that. He just didn't do it.
He's in commercial... Well, no, he was in something else. But he's...
Batman. Right.
No, well, he was in that too, but no, he was in something that came out this year.
Oh.
It's the type of movie that,
yeah,
popcorn.
Kurt Russell. Trying to throw some curveballs. Yeah, I love him. Eddie Murphy.
Recluse. I know. I feel bad that he is. I don't know why. He's just done.
Me prefer that.
Well, I think movies bombed, and he was like, "I'm not doing that shit anymore."
Yeah, they did. I mean, I still like Eddie, but
personally, he seems
like
a really cool, dude.
Steve Martin.
I haven't seen a ton of him. The Jerk. But I bet he's actually nice in person. I don't know.
You just mean the movie The Jerk, right?
That's all I got. And I haven't even seen that, so.
The Jerk is very funny. It's a funny movie.
I did see Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And
I thought that was a great movie.
Oh, it's very good. Very touching, too.
Yeah. Julia Roberts.
Okay, which one is she?
Are you kidding me?
I definitely know her, but
Pretty Woman?
I get her mixed up.
Pretty woman, walking down the street. Pretty woman.
It's Julia Roberts.
You didn't even have her fucking name.
She looks like a lot of other people.
Name one.
They're all the same to me. Wait. Was she the one that... I get her and Sandra Bullock mixed up all the time. Pass. I honestly, I'm sure I've seen fucking 7 of her movies.
Well, but I don't think she was a huge deal, and then she really faded away. Pedro Pascal.
Again, I can't say the first word that comes to mind.
Well, how bad is it? I said what I consider... The Queen.
It's the type of word you just can't say on this website.
Okay. It's going to be a bad one, I'll tell you that.
He is...
I just think he's a douche.
Exactly what we were talking about is he uses anxiety as a shield from criticism so he can touch women. And I'm sure now they love it. But the hawks who dislike him for overexposure have caught it, and I'm telling you, in 10 years, someone's good. Because he never fucking did it with the moon-faced girl from the TV show we did on HBO, The Last of Us.
Ooh,
He's never fucking groping her.
Like, how much does he grope? I've heard this from you many times.
I don't know. And him and
like
the
grabbing
fucking
a
chick
boob or
from...
what?
I mean, he's in front of literally like hundreds of cameras and dozens of video cameras. He's like grabbing them by the shoulder and like holding onto their hand, and it seems forced. I mean, I'm going to say predatory, allegedly.
Well, you know Sarah Polley? Do you know her?
Heard that name.
What was she in?
Oh, yeah, she was in like all of the American Horror Stories.
Right. Well,
did she speak out against them?
Well, no, there's a picture of them two together. And like it's the epitome of she's uncomfortable. Yeah. She's thinking like, "Don't fucking touch me." And then he was though. Tom Hardy.
Oh, he's the real.
He's
yeah,
but he hasn't gotten hit. Well,
he's authentic, I think.
He's gotta. I wish he would. I don't know. I just don't think he's gotten enough. Like, he was really good where he played.
Now, he's aging into a different bracket.
I know.
His roles are going to change, but
yeah. I
don't think that's a bad thing for him.
No, because I think he's versatile enough. He was funny when he did. He was the twins. Yeah. And there was another one. I can't remember what the name of it was, where he was like a very notorious... Bronson, yeah. Which I haven't seen, but it probably was a good movie.
I would watch it. It's got, it's unique, but still able to be.
Isn't he just like him in solitary?
It's a bit of a one-man show at times. It breaks into that to get the inner monologue.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. I don't know how to say this. His last name's Quinto. He was in that March. He was in the movie Zachary. He was in March of Call. Zach Quinto.
I gotta look up Zach Quinto.
Played Spock.
Oh, he's strange. He just looks strange. He's like good, but strange. Yeah.
How about Val Kilmer?
I grew up liking him a lot. That was the Batman that I watched first.
Yeah.
So.
You always remember your first Batman.
Yeah, true. He's a stud. I know he was a huge prick during times of his life, but...
Yeah. I guess he videotaped a lot of his life. Did you know that?
I think I did. And I saw
a movie. It's like he had like from the time he was like 18.
I saw he sent... I think like a tryout for Apocalypse Now. He wanted to be in that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Wonder who he wanted to be.
And he seemed like a fucking cool dude from that. And that was like either right before or during the time period where he was supposedly like a huge prima donna. And I was like, I don't get that at all. I'm sure he
was. For Apocalypse Now?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, he would have been like 15 or something. That's before Top Gun.
Am I misremembering?
You might be.
I probably am, yeah. Well, fuck it.
Charlie Sheen.
I guess he's back on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I think so, and I'm happy for him.
He's a live wire, man.
Yeah. Martin Sheen.
Fucking steady hand.
Bruce Wagner.
I don't
I made that up.
Shia LaBeouf. Can we just talk about him for a second? He had an interview drop discussing the Mardi Gras events.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
He definitely seems like he's on his own struggle, and it's like, you're filming someone who's clearly struggling with something, but there's something just like intensely relatable and likable.
I'd like for him to turn his shit around.
And the interview is like, it's one of the most captivating interviews.
Really?
Just the fucking rhythm of it. And I don't know if it was just like amazing editing or just like the actual cadence of the back and forth. I mean, it was like...
Well, do you remember, what show was he in?
Even Stevens. I grew up on that.
He was so good.
Yeah.
He was so, as a child actor, he was incredible. He was hilarious.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to work through some of his filmography, but it seemed like, the sucky thing is sometimes he had a role that would look like it's pretty cool, and then the movie just fucking bombs,
Yeah. Well, that's as an actor, it's like, look, I want to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's only so many good scripts I may or may not be offered them. Yeah, there's only so many at the top of the heap.
It's just like he's someone who just continuously, he has something where he ascends despite it all. Mm-hmm. Or not even despite it all. It's just like there's something in him. The kid was born with helium in him. Like he's always going to rise.
Yeah.
There's something we want to love about him.
What did you see? What part would you say shows you that?
Oh, acting wise?
Yeah.
And the only thing I have to go off of is Fury. I mean, and then his personality too. It's like you just hear him talk as a person. It's like I wonder if he's performing all the time. But and then that would come as probably like a huge disrespect to him. But it's just like he's so like entertaining just to listen to as a person. Where it's like, who the fuck?
So did he get into like details, nitty gritty about the actual event?
He's dude. The way he described it, I have to like just impersonate because he's like, I don't like gay. He's like, I'm scared of gay people. I don't, they come up to me and touch my thigh. I don't like that. He's like, if that makes me homophobic, then I guess I am that. But the way he said it, as I was like, that is fucking amazing. He's like, I'm real deep into the Bible though, and I know what that says about homosexuality. The guy's like, what does it say? Nah. Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's against it. Well, I mean, I don't know if you sucker punch somebody for doing that, but I don't think you'd do that either. For one thing, okay.
He might have been very intoxicated. And if you're really drunk.
Little things mean a bit.
Yeah. And like, I don't, they might not have touched him, and they might have. I mean, if someone touches you, sure. Like, I know what I saw was a small piece of what happened. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like he was the aggressor in it.
Yeah.
But I didn't see everything that happened.
Well, no, they probably didn't start filming until it looked like something was about to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not like ready for just filming him, or maybe you were. I don't know.
Right. But it was, like in the eyes of the law, you don't use force unless you're kind of without other options.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he was the aggressor.
Yeah.
Whether that was like, who knows? But like, I don't know if he's. I don't think it's a hate crime. That's something they're going after.
Yeah.
And that interview will probably be used against him, which is another thing. Like, I feel bad for that. Because, like, to me, a hate crime. He said the F slur. And then hit him. Which maybe some people was like, that's a fucking textbook hate crime. But
yeah.
It's like, I don't. First of all, I'm saying I don't dislike gay people, but I do think, and I can't draw the line. It just feels like it's more than that. I think he's wrong,
but we wish he weren't, or he didn't do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're an aggressor in a fight, you shouldn't do that.
Right.
But also, I feel like a hate crime, I think there has to be premeditation, and
what certainly contributes. But you could be in a situation where there's gay people there, and you start to have words, and then you realize they're gay. And
it's almost like
ramps
I
up.
feel like if there were a hate crime would be you're only committing physical violence because they are gay.
It's not.
Maybe in the eyes of the law, but I just think in a situation where it's like you got punched, it would have to be like, hey, Shia, did you know so-and-so's gay? And he's like, oh, I didn't know that.
Smash.
Bam. Yeah. You know, and I feel like the fucking culprit was either there was some type of physical touching or altercation, or the dude was just really drunk.
Yeah.
You know, but that's my 2 cents.
Okay. I gotta poop.
Alrighty. Well, we'll comment down below about Dad's poop and piss out.
Just
piss off. Piss boy. Bye, y'all.
Piss boy.